Hi there, welcome to Young Christian and Married. This is another episode, and today's topic it says, how can I change my partner without changing my partner? Simple. How can I change that thing I don't want to see in my partner without having to have maybe a divorce or a separation? I'll give you an instance. A story dropped in our comment section, and I would like to share. It says, this lady got married to this guy, and they met in church. And so she thought he was this spirit-filled brother, and that's it. Upon being married, or upon getting married, she found out that the man is a hard smoker.
Wow.
And a drunk. And the lady in question is battling with asthma. And we all know an asthmatic patient is not supposed to be around smoking. Now the question is, how can she change her husband's character without having a divorce or maybe landing in the grave? It may sound a bit funny, but this is a serious issue. Daddy, sir, how can she?
Well, it's this is a very dicey one. But then I need to establish that
Okay.
you can't really change your partner. You can only change your reaction, change your way of communication, change some behaviors that can encourage them to change. Because really, you're not the one to do the changing. Your partner is the one to do the changing. What you wish is that you wish for your partner to change.
Yeah.
But you're not the one to go and say, oh yeah, today you have changed.
I hereby change you.
You can't do that. But you can change the way you react.
Oh, okay.
You can change your behavior towards that. You can change the way you communicate your displeasure about these things. And these things can make the person change. You understand me? You see, some characters and some habits that we don't like in our spouse, we try to express them with arguments.
Yeah.
We try to express them with nagging and quarrels, and we act in ways that we expect them to change. And this might be things like addiction. This might be things like behaviors that comes from the person's background, the person's upbringing. It's like what the person believes in. This is how I feel this should be done. And then he has met a partner who is from a different background, who sees that thing as wrong. And even the society might see it as a wrong thing, or the Christian community. But it is not something that he can wake up one day and change, or she can wake up one day and change. But where there is support, where there is encouragement, where the reaction is not all about demeaning that partner for that reason. The behavior is not a behavior that you have that makes the partner feels like is condemned on that matter, or she's condemned on that matter. Those supports, those reactions can help the partner, can help the person to change and be better versions of themselves. It can take time. But when we make ourselves available as emotional support for these persons, we make sure that whatever it is that they are doing, we don't condemn them, but we politely, compassionately, empathically let them know that this is how we feel
Yeah.
sincerely about these things, and this is the danger that are involved in it. Okay, it's not everything that we have to call family meeting for. It's not everything that we have to quarrel and then break the roof for.
Yeah.
By just tweaking some of our characters and behaviors, we can make change happen in our partners' lives. Some of our partners are going through this, have these characters. It's not like they really want to do it. They can't help, but we can help them. We can help them. I think since you can't change your partner by yourself, you can only make moves. You can only take measures that can effect that change on your partner. And some of those measures, like I said, tweaking your character, changing the way you react to it, changing your behavior towards it, communicating more compassionately and empathically, trying to make the person feel, I know what you're going through. I understand that this is what you're used to. I get it, but it's not working. I'm not used to this and I can't work with this. How can we come to a compromise? How can we do it? With time, the person begins to know that, okay, my spouse does not like this thing. If he was doing it every day, it becomes every 3 days. He tries to stop it.
Yeah.
And with time, you will see the change happening. It is very, very important that we try our best to tweak. Let's let the change come from our reaction, and that can elicit change in our partners.
You know, as you spoke, it reminded me of a story. You know, this happened, let's say, 5-6 years back. I know someone who is married. If I go in details, they would know, so I'm not going to go in details. And I wasn't even married then, but I understood that in a place of prayer, things change. She's married to a mommy's boy who tells the mom every single thing. And she wanted her husband to do something for her. And the husband would rather listen to the mom than to listen to her. So she opened up to me and complained. And I told her, I said, you cook his meals. You get intimate with him. And you tell me you do not have power to change things. As you cook his meal today, begin to pray that as he eats my food, every conversation I'm going to have with him, let him say yes. Let him understand. Let it be between us. Guess what? She called me back. It worked.
Wow, that's good.
From listening to her, to them getting another apartment, to them now reasoning together.
Yeah.
You cannot change someone who is not willing to change. No matter how much you try. Just like they say, you take a horse close to the river and you can't force it to drink water. You can't change anyone who is not willing to change. But God can change anyone He's willing to change. So what am I saying today? If you have that partner that is something you are seeing you do not want to see, go to Abba and tell Abba, I don't want to see this anymore. And I tell you for free, you're going to get results. You're going to see that person literally doing what?
Yeah.
You know, you talked about not being compassionate. Sometimes people just want you to talk to them heart to heart.
Yeah, that's it.
They want you to be empathetic. Like you come, you know, just like the lady who has asthma, going to meet our partner and say, you know what? I understand that you smoke and you drink. I am not here to judge you. I'm not here to condemn you. But I am here to tell you that this thing is harmful to your body and also harmful to me that you have chosen to love. Please stop. You may be surprised that the man may not want to stop it immediately, but he might not smoke where she is anymore.
Yes.
He'd rather go out and smoke that cigarette and not smoke where she is.
Change is already happening.
Change is that you get it, it's already happening. He can decide to go, maybe when he gets to where he's smoking one day, say, instead of 5 cigarettes, give me 2, give me 1, and he doesn't want to go smoke again. So I think even when we want to talk to our partner, how do you talk?
You communicate.
How is your tone level? Are you screaming, or are you calmly talking to the person? Even if you're talking to a mad person and you are speaking in a certain manner, I think the mad person will understand what you're trying to say, the message you're trying to pass. So from my stand, I'll say one of the powerful ways to change your partner without having to change your partner is by committing your partner to God. And that is why it is important to marry your tribe. I mean your spiritual tribe. A believer and not an unbeliever. You can drop notes of scriptures. You can share videos of men of God. You can even get your pastor or your man of God or woman of God to advise you both on a certain thing. So these are some of the ways you can change your partner without having to change your partner, without having to run out of that marriage, without having to call it quits, without having to be frustrated. Prayers is the beginning and the end and the middle. Always remember to commit everything into God's hands, because if God says the heart of the king is in his hands, so that means he can tweak, he can change, he can move.
That's right.
He can bring back anyone at any time. So don't be so quick to say, I'm done with that marriage, I'm done with this man, I'm done with this woman, I'm done, without first committing them in the place of prayer.
So let's remember this. Prayer is important. Being empathetic is important. The way you communicate your views on the matter is important. Your reaction is important.
Yes.
Very important. The support you give to your partner in that particular situation is important. Very important. Your behavior towards it. You should not, because of it, you refuse to cook. Because you are angry about a particular behavior or character of your partner. So your behavior towards it. If you don't stop
smoking, you will not eat in this house.
You decide not to give the man peace or the woman peace in the house because of your character. That's not the way to go. So in as much as we are praying, we need to act right also in our dealings with our partners. And that will help us, I know, will help us to change our partners without having to change our partners. Thank you again, guys, today. It was a wonderful time again.
Thank you for vibing with us. Thank you for listening to everything we had to say. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for liking and clicking the buttons as usual. Thank you for telling a friend who tells a friend and tells another friend and another friend. Tell your enemies, tell your members at church, tell everyone, even at work, that Young, Christian and Married podcast is here to stay. We love you. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.